When most people think about violent places in America, they usually picture large cities with millions of residents, crowded neighborhoods, and headlines that dominate the national news cycle. But what if some of the most dangerous places in the country weren't major cities at all? What if they were small towns where everybody knows everybody, where the local diner still serves breakfast at 6 in the morning, and where the population might be smaller than a single neighborhood in Chicago or Los Angeles? Today, we're looking at 10 small American towns that have earned a troubling reputation for violent crime. These places aren't necessarily the poorest, the largest, or even the most famous, but year after year, crime statistics show that residents face a significantly higher risk of becoming victims of violent offenses than the average American. As always, this list is based on the most recently available crime data, population trends, and law enforcement reporting. Being on this list doesn't mean everyone living there is a criminal, and it certainly doesn't mean there aren't good people working hard to improve their communities. It simply means the numbers tell a story that can't be ignored. Let's get started. Number 10. Blytheville, Arkansas. Located in northeastern Arkansas near the Missouri border, Blytheville is one of those towns that many Americans have never heard of. With a population of around 14,000 residents, it looks like a fairly typical southern community at first glance. For decades, Blytheville benefited from agriculture and military-related employment. However, economic shifts over the years left the town struggling to replace many of the jobs that once supported local families. When economic opportunities decline, crime often becomes more difficult to control, and Blytheville has experienced exactly that challenge. Violent crime rates here have consistently remained well above national averages. Assaults, robberies, and weapons-related incidents have been recurring concerns for local law enforcement. Residents often describe certain sections of town as places they avoid after dark. While many neighborhoods remain quiet and family-oriented, others have faced persistent crime issues that have been difficult to eliminate. City leaders continue investing in community programs and policing efforts, but the statistics still place Blytheville among the more violent small towns in America. And unfortunately, things only get worse from here. Number 9. Bastrop, Louisiana. Louisiana appears frequently in discussions about crime, and the small city of Bastrop is one reason why. Located in the northeastern corner of the state, Bastrop has a population of roughly 10,000 people. Like many towns throughout the Mississippi Delta region, it has faced decades of economic hardship and population decline. As businesses left and opportunities became scarcer, crime increasingly became a challenge for local authorities. Violent incidents in Bastrop have included aggravated assaults, armed robberies, and occasional homicide spikes that dramatically affect crime rates due to the town's relatively small population. One of the biggest problems in small towns is that a handful of violent incidents can make a massive statistical impact. Unfortunately for Bastrop, those incidents occur often enough to keep the city near the top of Louisiana's crime rankings. Residents frequently point to drug activity and gang-related disputes as contributing factors. Local officials have worked to improve public safety, but progress has been uneven. Despite its historic charm and strong community ties, Bastrop continues to battle a crime problem that refuses to disappear. Number 8. Gallup, New Mexico. Gallup sits along Interstate 40 in western New Mexico and serves as a major regional hub near Native American tribal lands. The city is famous for its rich cultural history, stunning desert landscapes, and unique southwestern identity. Unfortunately, it's also known for consistently recording some of the highest violent crime rates in the state. Gallup's challenges are complex and deeply rooted. Poverty, addiction issues, housing instability, and limited economic opportunities have all contributed to ongoing public safety concerns. Violent crime rates regularly exceed national averages by significant margins. Assaults are particularly common compared to similarly sized communities. Local leaders have spent years working on social programs designed to address the underlying causes of crime rather than simply reacting to incidents after they occur. Many residents remain optimistic about the city's future, but the numbers continue to paint a difficult picture. Visitors passing through on road trips often see only the historic downtown and colorful culture. What they don't see is the ongoing struggle taking place behind the scenes as the community works to reduce violence and improve quality of life. Number 7. West Memphis, Arkansas. Despite its name, West Memphis is actually located in Arkansas, directly across the Mississippi River from Memphis, Tennessee. Its location has always been both an advantage and a challenge. The city benefits from major transportation routes, interstate highways, and commercial activity. But it also experiences many of the crime-related issues that can affect larger metropolitan regions. With a population of around 24,000 people, West Memphis has long reported violent crime rates that exceed national averages. Police departments have dealt with recurring problems involving armed robberies, aggravated assaults, and gang-related activity. The city's proximity to major highways has sometimes made criminal activity more difficult to track and contain. Law enforcement agencies frequently coordinate with neighboring jurisdictions to address regional crime trends. To be fair, many parts of West Memphis are perfectly ordinary residential neighborhoods filled with hardworking families. However, the city's overall crime numbers remain concerning enough to place it firmly on lists like this one. For residents, safety often depends heavily on which neighborhood they call home. Number 6. Selma, Alabama. Most Americans know Selma because of its important role in the civil rights movement. Its historic significance cannot be overstated. Unfortunately, modern-day Selma faces a very different set of challenges. Located in central Alabama, Selma has a population of roughly 17,000 residents. Over the years, economic decline and population loss have created obstacles that city leaders continue trying to overcome. Violent crime has become one of the community's most persistent issues. Assault rates remain significantly above national averages, and periodic homicide spikes have generated concern among residents and local officials alike. Many longtime residents describe a city struggling to balance its remarkable historical legacy with present-day realities. Local organizations, churches, and community leaders have launched numerous programs aimed at reducing violence and creating opportunities for younger generations. Those efforts have produced some positive results, but crime remains a major concern. Selma's story serves as a reminder that even places with enormous historical importance are not immune to the economic and social pressures that often contribute to violent crime. Number 5. Pine Bluff, Arkansas. If you've watched crime rankings over the last decade, chances are you've seen Pine Bluff appear more than once. Located about 40 miles south of Little Rock, Pine Bluff has a population of roughly 40,000 people, making it larger than some of the other towns on this list, but still small by American city standards. For many years, Pine Bluff was a thriving industrial and agricultural center. Manufacturing jobs provided stability for generations of residents, and the community enjoyed a stronger economic foundation than it does today. Unfortunately, like many towns across the South and Midwest, economic changes hit Pine Bluff hard. As employment opportunities declined, poverty increased, and population numbers began to fall. Those challenges were soon accompanied by rising crime rates. Violent crime has remained one of the city's biggest struggles. Assaults, robberies, and firearm-related incidents have consistently kept Pine Bluff near the top of Arkansas crime statistics. What makes the situation particularly concerning is that the problem has persisted through multiple administrations and public safety initiatives. To their credit, local officials continue investing in youth programs, neighborhood revitalization efforts, and enhanced law enforcement strategies. Many residents genuinely believe the city is capable of turning things around. But for now, the numbers continue to place Pine Bluff among the most violent small communities in America. Number 4. Monroe, Louisiana. Louisiana makes another appearance on our list with Monroe. Situated along the Ouachita River in northern Louisiana, Monroe serves as an important regional center for business, healthcare, and education. At first glance, it may not seem like a place that belongs on a list like this. The city has shopping centers, universities, medical facilities, and many of the amenities people associate with stable communities. Yet, despite those advantages, Monroe has struggled with violent crime for years. Aggravated assaults make up a significant portion of the city's violent crime problem, but robberies and homicides have also contributed to its reputation. Law enforcement officials often point to a combination of poverty, drug activity, and repeat offenders as major factors behind the violence. Neighborhood conditions can vary dramatically from one part of Monroe to another. Some areas are considered relatively safe and desirable, while others experience crime rates far above national averages. Residents frequently say that Monroe is a city of contrasts. On one block, you'll find thriving businesses and well-maintained homes. A few minutes away, you may encounter neighborhoods facing serious economic and public safety challenges. Those contrasts help explain why Monroe continues to rank among America's more violent, smaller cities. Number 3. Albany, Georgia. Coming in at number 3 is Albany, Georgia. Located in the southwestern part of the state, Albany has long served as a commercial hub for surrounding rural communities. Historically, agriculture, manufacturing, and transportation played major roles in the local economy. Like many communities on this list, however, economic restructuring created difficulties that still affect the city today. Violent crime has remained one of Albany's most significant concerns. Residents and local officials alike have spent years trying to address recurring issues involving aggravated assaults, armed robberies, and gang-related violence. Crime isn't evenly distributed throughout the city. Certain neighborhoods account for a large percentage of incidents, while other areas remain comparatively stable. Still, when crime rates are measured across the entire population, Albany consistently ranks among the most dangerous smaller cities in Georgia. Community leaders have launched mentorship programs, educational initiatives, and violence prevention efforts designed to break cycles of crime before they begin. Those programs have shown promise in some areas, but lasting change takes time. For now, Albany continues to face an uphill battle as it works to improve public safety and attract new economic opportunities. Number 2. Meridian, Mississippi. Mississippi's entry on this list is Meridian. Located in the eastern part of the state, Meridian is known for its railroad history, military presence, and role as an important regional center. It's a city with deep roots and a proud heritage. Unfortunately, it also has one of the highest violent crime rates among communities of its size. Meridian's challenges reflect many of the same patterns we've seen throughout this countdown. Economic hardship, limited opportunities in certain neighborhoods, substance abuse issues, and generational poverty have all played a role. The city has reported elevated levels of assaults, robberies, and other violent offenses for years. Because Meridian serves as a regional hub, it attracts people from surrounding communities for work, shopping, and entertainment. That increased activity can sometimes create additional law enforcement challenges. Residents often describe Meridian as a place with tremendous potential. The city possesses historic architecture, cultural attractions, and a strategic location that could support future growth. However, crime remains one of the biggest obstacles standing in the way of that progress. Until public safety improves, Meridian will likely continue appearing near the top of lists like this one. Number 1. Anniston, Alabama. And now we've arrived at the most violent small town on today's list, Anniston, Alabama. Located in northeastern Alabama between Birmingham and Atlanta, Anniston has a population of approximately 21,000 residents. Historically, the city benefited from military activity, manufacturing, and transportation-related industries. Like many former industrial communities, however, Anniston experienced economic shifts that dramatically changed its trajectory. Over the years, violent crime rates have remained persistently high compared to both state and national averages. Assaults account for a large share of reported violent offenses, though robberies and homicide incidents have also contributed to the city's ranking. One reason Anniston stands out is consistency. While some towns experience temporary spikes that eventually decline, Anniston has repeatedly appeared in crime analyses and public safety reports year after year. That pattern suggests deeper structural issues rather than isolated incidents. Local leaders continue working to improve conditions through community partnerships, economic development projects, and targeted crime reduction strategies. And like every community on this list, Anniston is far more than its crime statistics. Thousands of law-abiding residents live, work, and raise families there every day. But when the numbers are compared nationally, Anniston consistently emerges as one of the most violent small communities in the United States. The last word. One thing becomes clear after looking at all 10 towns on this list. Violent crime doesn't belong exclusively to big cities. In many cases, small communities face the same challenges as major metropolitan areas, but with fewer resources and fewer opportunities to address them. Economic decline, population loss, drug activity, educational challenges, and limited job opportunities appear again and again in these stories. That doesn't excuse crime, but it does help explain why some communities struggle more than others. It's also important to remember that crime statistics never tell the whole story. Behind every number are real people, real families, and entire communities working to create safer futures. Many of these towns are actively fighting to change their reputations, and some are already showing signs of progress. The question is whether those improvements can be sustained over the long term. What do you think? Were any of these towns surprising? Have you visited or lived in any of them? Let everyone know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future rankings and deep dives into America's most interesting places. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.